amazing humans. I know I'm completely daggy right now, however, I just got back and I just really want to share this tool with you. Canva, we all know Canva, it's amazing. Um, Look, there's a lot of AI stuff coming out, and this is awesome. This is going to feel super basic compared to the AI magic. However, it is one of my most used things, and every time I make recommendations to clients, this is the one of the things that I say make sure this happens. Or if they're working with photographers, I work with a photographer and go make sure you're editing their photos similar to this, to bring out that. So I've got the same photo, no edits have been done so far. This is super easy. You can do this in 2 seconds. It's almost autopilot for me. So I go to edit photo, and you can do all the magic edits and all that kind of stuff. They're amazing. Sometimes it's nice to just be able to make a thing. So this is where I'm at. I don't actually like the auto edit stuff because I'm too finicky, I think, when it comes to this is what I do. I'm very particular about this section here is game changing. Game changing. This is one of the simplest things you can do. It will completely change all your imagery, because one of the things that we want to do is actually often is warm up the image a little bit, and you can even play on really cool tones. So for example, if you've got your power suite of the 6 to 9 repeated images that you're just using to tell your story through your social media, you can actually keep the tone, keep the filter for most of them, and then you can just shift the tonal filter, which I'm going to show you in a second, on one image, and it's going to be more attention grabbing to the audience as they scroll through, because they're going to unconsciously recognize that something's different about it. They're not going to be like, it's not going to change your overall thing. It's really fun. So this is something that I play around with a lot, and often people will obviously just do the whole image, which is fine. But what the main thing that we want to do is warm it up. So when we do the whole image, you can tell that obviously it still looks gorgeous. It's still bringing out the highlights, the brightness of it. It's you can tell already that is a more engaging 5 seconds, if that, 2 seconds, more engaging image than that one. Both great. So often what we want to do is warm up the images just a little. In particular for me, I'm a cool undertone, so I really want to warm up those images. Otherwise, I look like a ghost. And that allows our eyes and the brain to just settle on the image a little bit more. So this is where you get those accounts. Regan Hillier is coming to mind. She does that really well, where they almost look like warm crema. Like, it doesn't matter how edited they are, what their aesthetic is, they're quite warm in the imagery. Often when people are just starting out or they're not aware, or they don't have someone doing this, super cold images. So it takes 2 seconds to do this, guys. So, and just bringing out the vibrance of it, depending on what it is. And you can, obviously there's different tools, but if you're on Canva, doing this kind of thing is so easy. I usually up the B grade. I know what mine is. So you can see how it's doing for the whole image. So if I just reset there, you can just tell the difference that made. So you can just do that. And that was what it was till like a month ago. This, just changing the foreground, which is just going to focus on me, as the foreground is me, obviously, and it just instantly makes you pop. It's like, it reminds me of those dinosaur. Did anyone grow up in the 90s? So it reminds me of those 3D dinosaur collection things that you used to be able to get, where it kind of brings it out. You can just see the thing. And yes, we want studio shots. There's a place for studio shots, there's a place for the highly edited and all that kind of stuff. What makes a really dynamic brand and personal brand is when we can show our dynamic range, and having shots like this where it's outside, more of a natural light setting. I don't know why I did my fingers for that, because it is a natural light setting. That will make a big difference as you build that repertoire. So often we have an image photo shoot and a more content shoot that can be more low key. So usually I will go and up the contrast. This is my brand palette for this. I usually up the contrast quite a bit, bring out the, sometimes I bring out the blacks a little bit. I just have a play around. It depends on the photo and the natural light there. Usually bringing out the vibrance just a bit as well. It's usually a little, for my brand, in these type of images, it's usually quite exaggerated. So, and then I usually bring out the sharpness a little bit as well. And I love the big rate. So I usually really big net or whatever, how you say, I say big rate. That's how my brain works. So you can just see the difference there. Look how much more approachable, how much more that pops. And it's not overtly stylized or anything like that. It's still natural. However, the eye just catches on it more and is more engaging. So I love that with the mix of studio and outdoor settings and more natural kind of. And I love that for my brand, obviously. I love that almost naturalness about the images that come in, that slight grain with mixed with that sharpness and that exaggeration of those things. So it's really good. So you can just see the difference in that. And honestly, the tool of being able to adjust foreground and background as a separate thing is game changing. Game changing. So if you don't use that, please start using that. It takes 2 seconds. 2 seconds. And even if you're, just taking photos on your phone, uploading them, just doing quick. Perfect. We've got this. Let's do it.